Good afternoon, sir, ma'am. Today I am explaining the problem statement of our hackathon and what is our solution approach for this problem. So our problem statement is manual expense reimbursement management. It is about when any employee has spent money or amount on expense related to company and or on its business trips or on any other things like transportation, meals, and other office supplies. So the expense of that thing for which he or she has to submit the bill, which can be it is offline, online. So this is about all the expense management process, so that it can get the approval of the expense and he she get its spending amount. So first of all, why it is a problem? It is a first of all it is a manual process. Means it is very time consuming. We have to submit the bills, spreadsheets, and all other stuff. And sometimes it's papers that we have spent money on which things and all of that. So basically it is very time consuming and it is a slow process and it is very errand oriented. There can be error in the spreadsheets or there can be mismanagement during the time of bill submission. So it is very error oriented and there is a lack of transparency. The employee has no idea of where where the approval is at which tables of employee, director, manager, HR. He she has no idea and there is a rigid workflow. Means the different companies have different approval states. Somewhere company there is HR, then manager, uh, then CFO. Somewhere there is directly to HR, manager, and the director. So it's a different thing in all companies. So what is our approach? We build an expense manager app where we are providing the solutions of multi-level approvals. Means HR, manager, CFO, director, etc. All these things, all these type of roles, and we use the approval approach, conditional approval approach, for which we use the percentage rule, senior approval rule, and hybrid approval rule. If the approval is about more than 60%, then expense is automatically approved. If the director approved expense directly, then there is no process for other roles approval. And we also provide the multiple currency support for if there is any global expense, then we provide the currency support and the country option. There are multi-category options and descriptions also. Multi-category options like which type of expense we are spending and a description for which we can provide the information about all the expense and so that it can be readable by all HRs and directors and the managers. And there is a multi-country support which we can support the which we can select the country where we have spent the money and date of expense, time. There is the option of receipt submission, and there we also provide the multi dashboard for approval and rejection opportunities to all HR directors and CFO, all of that, all roles. We also provides the auto company creation at the time of login. There is a option of login for which we can create the company and all of that. Technology about we used the front end HTML, CSS, JavaScript. We use a API as REST API, GET and POST, and uh, we also use the currency exchange APIs. And we all in backend we use the MySQL and XAMPP. Mainly we use the XAMPP for XAMPP PHP MyAdmin for the database connection and all. Mm, and outcomes. If we talk about outcomes, then there are for employees it is very faster expense claims. I mean, she get uh, approval fastly and he can and she get the amount of expense frequently. There is a real time track where at which stage he she approval was there is there, and there is easy expense submission. He can easily provide the all information about the expense to the all the roles of the company. For manager, it is very less confusing, less confusion work. She get proper information about each employee and expense. There is a very transparent workflow. She can uh, frequently and easily find out the rejection, approval, and the information about all the expenses. There is a reduced workflow. Has not to uh, frequently work on the bills and the submission uh, other times, and that is a reduced workload. And there is a centralized dashboard for all the employees. She can easily see the history and expenses. And for admin, it is very full. It gets full control and approval process. She can create the users and the roles and delete them. And there is a very transparent workflow system and easy. She can easily generate the reports and again get all information about the spending of money, rejection of approval. And there is a very errorless work. It is very less error work, and it is, we can say exactly, it is very time and cost saving process. And this is our approach to solve this problem. Thank you.